James Franklin, the Penn State head coach. I want to play you this clip. James Franklin was here in Nashville at Vanderbilt University.
Yes.
Led them to a couple of successful seasons. Had a little off-the-field controversy with players and allegations of sexual misconduct at Vanderbilt. He's got a similar situation going on at Penn State. Two players this offseason accused of sexual assault, released from the team, I believe, in July. Their court cases are making their way through, and the media tried to ask James Franklin about it, I believe, yesterday, and he had a unique way of not answering the question. The SID stepped in, and James Franklin walked away from the podium twice. Let's play the clip.
This is obviously a serious and sensitive subject. I know Greg read that, but we haven't heard anything from you on this.
John, we released a university statement. All right, do I need to read the statement again?
If you would like.
All right. Regarding the two former Penn State football players, we released a statement yesterday, and our program and athletic department will have no further comment. If you need the statement, please reach out to me or Chris.
Hey guys, any questions?
James, at what point in the summer were you aware that these guys were not going to be on the team?
Again, guys, the university already released a statement. If you need the statement, reach out to me or Chris. We'll have no further comment.
Are there questions about Wisconsin?
Yeah.
Yes.
Please keep your questions to Wisconsin.
Hey guys.
So Penn State is right in the thick of the college football playoff race. They're undefeated, I believe, 7-0. They play Wisconsin, decent team this weekend. Do you have a problem with the way James Franklin and Penn State handled that?
You know, that went worse than a Kamala Harris town hall. At least she stands in there. I mean, look, I don't blame the coach 100% for the actions of 100 individual young men. Things are going to happen, okay? But to do that, you know, I read about what took place yesterday. I saw some of the pictures on Twitter. Watching the whole video, that looked like a Key and Peele skit on how not to handle or how not to be a leader. And by the way, he actually looks like one of those guys, so maybe they should do something on that. But you're the leader. You at least should have a statement. I believe, just my opinion, that James Franklin himself needed to at least make a statement on the situation and the two players and say, okay, now let's talk football. But to have an SID member read the statement and then walk off the stage and do it, I think that's a terrible look. And, Jason, the juxtaposition of this university, who has the name of Jerry Sandusky and that stain from not that long ago, it's a terrible look all the way around, Jason. If I'm James Franklin, I would at least made an opening statement to address it, and then you move on.
I am going to defend James Franklin and Penn State. He's in a no-win situation. There's two young men that he recruited, spoke to their family, made some promises to, got themselves into some trouble, got released from the team. What does his statement, how does it help, harm? How does it, his statement, what can he say in that situation that helps anybody? Maybe it helps a media member write a story, but does that really help the victim, the alleged victim of this crime?
No.
Does it help the two defendants? Because, again, they're innocent until proven guilty. James Franklin has released him from the team, which makes a statement about, well, he thinks there's something here, but he's not in a position where he can be honest, and he's got to go out and recruit in the future, and he doesn't want anybody using that against him. He's had the situation in Vanderbilt. He's spooked. And so he's just like, I'm not saying nothing. What our
Jason?
actions have spoken as it relates to this. These guys aren't on the team anymore. I'm going to defend Franklin and Penn State
but
here
Jason,
in this situation.
I would argue the way they handled it made it a bigger story. That's chum to the Sharks. If I'm one of the media members, I say, okay, I got something here now. I'm just, because I've been in that situation where people react like that. I said, well, I got a whole new story. Sometimes the no comment or the skirting of a comment is better than a comment if you're a media member. Let's be honest about it, Jason.
I don't know. What? Give me an example. I know I'm asking you this on the fly. What could he have said? What should he have said?
Look, just give the cliche, give the cookie cutter. We want justice to prevail. We're looking to anything. We feel for any victims. We're going to let this play out. And everyone would have said, okay, that's a statement. And then they would have said, hey, what do you think about your wide receiver situation? That's the way it would have worked out. But the exit stage left, stage right, exit stage left, and then that guy, awkward situation, the guy's opening up his iPad. Like, come on, just print the doggone thing out. He's opening up his pad. Hey, guys, that looked farcical. And look, Jason, you can disagree or not. If they would have handled it my way, you think we would be talking about it right now? What played out leads to us talking about it in other shows. That's the reality.
I do think he has picked a fight with the media, and this is a fight they like in terms of, hey, we can blame a coach, a powerful person in football, and we can say, look how toxic football is. James Franklin wouldn't even make a comment, and all these players, and so so now, literally, let's say they lose to Wisconsin. Trust me, whoever's covering that game, let's say it's Pat Forty or whatever, they're going to include this press conference in their game story, and you know. James Franklin wouldn't stand up to questions about his irresponsible players, and his team wouldn't stand up to Wisconsin on a sunny day, and you know wherever they are playing in State College, Pennsylvania.
Not so happy.
They're gonna.
Valley.
He did. Yeah, happy. Yeah, not so happy Valley. They're going to make it part of the story. They did. It was like they were trying to avoid giving them anything. And they actually gave them, that video is interesting, worthy of talking about, you know, him walking on and off stage. Yeah, maybe I agree.
Until the next video, until the next press conference, when the same question comes up and the same statement has to be read again. It's like this reporter has no jurisdiction that they're owed something. The statement has already been made. They reread a statement that they've already made. This question will just happen at the next press conference and the next press conference. I don't think there's a no-win situation here. I have no problem with what he did, saying, hey, you answer it. This is our PR guy, because they're going to just do it again a week from now. And then that reporter is going to expect an answer, or this is going to go, you know,
right,
this clip will happen again a week from now.
Okay, but Butter, I don't disagree. But if James Franklin would have just had his own statement and that whole charade of like, hey, bring back your laptop. I think that if James Franklin would have just given the Captain Cliche cookie cutter answer, it may have not been satisfying to everybody, but at least he said something and he could say, okay, guys, I've addressed it. Let's move on. The way they did it invited more of that, because the media member, the ones that have any type of guts, they're going to be like, no, we're not satisfied. We want a little bit more if you want to press on, which obviously they did.
There's mixed feelings here in Nashville about James Franklin and his time here. Ever since I've got here, I've heard people talk about James Franklin, heard people talk about the controversy at the end of his stay here as it relates. James Franklin's reputation is that he's slick, that, you know, and this will enhance or further that narrative that he's slick instead of just handling it. But I'm going to defend him in Penn State. I just don't think there was no upside. There was no win here. And so they punted, and, you know, maybe the punt got blocked. If you enjoyed that video, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe so you never miss a moment of Fearless.